That's a song called Party Continues. That's my mantra in life. The party continues.
Word.
Every breath we take should be a celebration.
Because the party continues.
The party called life. That's off an EP called Phoenix. And that EP is one of a few projects that our next guest has put out independently, has done it on her own. There's something to be said about commitment, Tracy G. Something to be said about dedication. There's something to be said about confidence, faith, belief. Something to be said about all of that. You don't just sometimes make it.
That's right.
It don't just happen like that. You go through a journey. You go through trials and tribulations. You go through a growth process, a metamorphosis. You try to figure out your voice. You want to figure out your team, who you're going to work with. All of these different elements play a part in your success and your journey. And when I see folks, they say you can't judge a book by its cover. This is case in point right here. When I see folks like our next guest, who I've seen in the hallways and I've seen in the office over the years, and I always make a note to shout her out. Hey, Bree, what's poppin'?
Volume 20.
Yes. I always sneak up on her when she's trying to work and tap her on her shoulder or come to her desk. And at one point, she expressed to me that she was an artist, and I had no idea. And she sent me her music, and we pontificated on it a bit and decided that we were going to gather and have a conversation.
That's right.
And we finally had that conversation, and I learned that she truly is a fully dedicated artist who has put in work, has written songs, has written her own songs, has worked with people who have been in the business, and has really, really just been doing a lot of great work. And I invited her to the show because of it, because I believe she deserves all the opportunity that she can get. Please welcome Bria Cheri to the show. Bria Cheri!
Hey, Bria!
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Fuck them
Bria?
cubicles.
Thank you for having me. Thank you
Come
for
on,
that.
Bree. You
Wonderful introduction.
Well, it came from the heart. Nothing I said was any. What was the lie?
There was no lie.
Exactly,
All
right?
facts.
All facts, right? And I'm very impressed by you. You know, because most people, a lot of times, folks who work in these tech companies like Pandora or SiriusXM or Apple Music or Spotify, there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of creatives.
Oh, absolutely.
That want to work in that environment to see what opportunities may come from it, right?
Exactly.
Was that part of your reason for working, wanting to be around the music industry to work for a place like this?
Yeah, it was. I mean, from the beginning, I started music when I was 3. I started learning piano.
Wow.
I started playing. My mom got me the little mini keyboard, and we were tinkering with that. And she was like, she has something here. And so she put me into the classical lessons and getting the proper training to learn the theory, learn piano, learn music. So from that day forward, I knew that music was what I wanted to do. And so as I was studying the greats, studying all these amazing artists that I look up to, and I was like, how can I get into the industry? Because back then, in the 90s, early 2000s, it was completely different to what it is today. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to have to go to school. You know, I gotta still pay bills and go to college, go to high school, all that. And so when I was looking into broadcasting, we were looking at all the different schools and HBCUs. It was all different opportunities for me. And I was trying to go into college in the music department as an artist, but there was a lot of qualifications and applications, and it didn't work out for me that route. And so that's when I was like, I'll do broadcasting. So when I was in school at LIU out in Nassau County.
Long Island.
Yeah,
Yep.
Long Island.
Strong Island.
Strong Island.
Yep, and that's where I got my start with radio. I had my own show on campus.
What was your show called?
It was called Flavor.
Flavor?
Ah, Flavor.
Did you spell that with an A?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Give me a sound. What did you sound like? How did you open the mic? What would you say?
I'd be like, yo, it's that flavor. And we would, just go from
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's another way of using your voice.
Exactly. And so especially there, it's a PWI. So, I was playing hip hop. I was playing R&B, like 90s, all, to the current music that was out, and the students loved it. And so I ended up becoming a program director for the station. And yeah, so that was my way in. Yeah, I'm serious.
Damn, Bree, I didn't know all of this.
Yeah, for real.
And then you became a program director.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right after college, I applied here. It took a while. You know, the process is long, but you know, we got in, and here we are. And now I'm doing I'm in the programming department where I'm the coordinator for Sound 42, Drake's channel, SoundCloud Radio, the Blend. I'm doing. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Bria Cheri is her name. 888-742-3345. Citizens, you know how we do. This is a new artist, right? So get to know her now. So a couple years from now, when she popping and blowing up and getting awards, y'all can say you got a chance to talk to her. Ask her smart questions. 888-742-3345.
You know what I'm really appreciating about you, Bria,
What's
it's a number of things. One, I love a multi-dimensional woman. I love a woman that can tap into her many different layers and understands that she doesn't just have one gift to be opened, you know? And like Sway said, you're a pianist, you're a singer, you're a writer, you're also a dancer. I'm really interested in the writing aspect, you know, because that allows you to be a storyteller, a truth teller, and also writing is a healing practice.
For real.
As well, because it requires self-reflection, you know, and imagining a new world. Can you take us into your relationship with the pen and where that started? Because I know at 3 is when the piano started.
The piano, yeah.
But when did the writing begin?
That's a good question. I would say, wow, the writing began through high school, like creative writing classes. I took those as like an elective, and I was really into writing poetry and trying to. I would, even as a kid in elementary school, I would write like we do the book reports.
Yes, of course.
I would write 4-page book reports.
Oh wow, damn. While
the kids were like, you know, even just creative stories, like it would be pages long. The teacher was like, tell my mom like, yo, she's really writing like these. This is crazy, and so it just stemmed from there. And then as a teen, I got, you know, into really developing my voice, and I was like, you know, I need to really just start writing more, and just, you know, it just came naturally from that young age, you know. So it's like it's therapeutic, like you said. I love being able to just put my emotions down and put the melody to it, and then having that music help people, and you know, hearing what they say, like, yo, this song really got me through something, or this made me feel really good. So, you know, it's just all from a young age. You gotta really nurture the kids.
Word.
You gotta nurture the kids. You've done this for a minute. I brought up, I believe I brought up before the music, the EP, and I brought up Phoenix. But let's talk about that first one before the music.
Okay.
You were able to, at that time, connect with an artist by the name of Donnie Klang.
Yes.
Donnie Klang, I knew from making the band.
Yes.
Because I was working on MTV at the time, right? So I used to interview Donnie Klang and all the making the band and
he
Danny
went solo.
Kane's and the whole. He went solo, right? Well, how did you met him at some point? What was that like?
I met him between the end of 2016, 2017. I was looking for artist development because I knew I needed, you know, some more fine tuning. And I knew a lot of people in the industry that felt they had their own opinions. Like, oh, you're not ready. You're not this. You're not that. I was like, I know I have something here. And so I was just looking around online, just trying to see like what's in New York that does artist development, you know. And I came across his website. He has a studio in Long Island. It's called Loft Sound Studio. And I was like, let me just reach out, call them. Set up a time to talk to them. It's also his best friend, Matthew, as well. So when I went there, he had, you know, it was a different studio at the time. You know, he's in a newer place in Long Island. But I met him, and I was like, I just spoke to him. I just was really, really real. I was like, you know, this is what I want to do. I've been wanting to do this forever. Like, I just need somebody to just believe in me, maybe work with me a little bit. And he was like, okay, fine. Like, let me hear you sing. And so I sung a Mary J. Blige song, Share My World. And,
wow.
And then after that, he was like, let's get to work. We started working.
And he heard you sing and said, let's get to work?
Yeah, for real.
You sang, what song was it?
Share My World.
Could you share a bit of Share My World?
Want some water right there? If you do, we'll play your single.
Yeah, okay.
This is Bria Cheri, citizens, co-worker, but artist first. Get to know her, 888-742-3345. We're going to play her new single. It's called On to the Next. But first, she's going to give you a bit of her stylings.
And it goes a little something like, share my world, don't you leave. I promise I'll be here, so baby, don't you have no fear. Share my world, don't you leave. I promise I'll be here, so baby, don't you have no fear. To be with you would be like paradise. Everything would be so nice, so nice, so nice.
Yeah,
Wow,
Bria
so technically
Cheri.
trained.
I
Beautiful
like
voice.
that. There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you.
I like that, Bree. Come on, man. 888-742-3345. Here's the new single, On to the Next. Let her know what you think, citizens.
Bria!
Let's go. Come on. Hey. Brand new On to the Next. Bria Cheri. This is available on all streaming platforms.
Love
You spell it BriaCheri _ if you want to follow her. Bria Cheri _ What do you think, Rob? Rob is all the way in California.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to come with a question and a. Oh, hold on, Mom.
What's going on over there,
Give me line
Caloweezy?
one. Yo, Rob, how you doing? Rob,
Man, I'm doing good.
what you thinking,
Yeah,
man?
can you
This Bria Cheri. Talk to her.
Listen, young lady, I want to tell you this.
What's up?
You got next for real.
Ooh!
You are a cross between Keisha Cole and Beyonce. Your
Wow.
vibe
Damn.
is so
What the
dope.
hell?
I mean, I have an ear for talent. Listen, you are amazing.
Thank you.
And the struggles that you had to go through, it was worth it all because you got next.
Wow.
I appreciate that. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Wow.
Hey, Rob, make sure you
Absolutely.
go stream her single. It's available now. On to the Next, the number 2, and it's Bria Cheri, BriaCheri. All the citizens, man, go and check her out. Check her out, Rob. We appreciate
right,
you.
I'm
You're a
about to
citizen.
right
Let's wait a moment.
Let's go to South Carolina.
Let's
We
do
got
it.
Travis on the line. Travis, what it do, Trav?
Hey, Trav.
Trav.
Hey, long time listener,
Let's
first
go.
time caller.
Wait a minute, we got a first time
Oh, wait
caller.
a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Welcome to the tribe. So,
Thank you,
That was
sir.
interesting.
I was on break, man. I had to call in. That is a really, really great song. I just want to say things happen for a reason. Just keep on going, and you're gonna be blessed, Queen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Travis, you're a good guy, man. Have a great day at work, man. You're a super citizen.
Oh, sway in the morning.
You know what? And when I listened to your story, and we skipped over this part, but a lot of people told you what they believe you couldn't be, who they believe you would never reach, right? These places, and we've all gone through this.
Yeah.
I know Tracy's gone through it.
Yep.
I've gone through it.
The doubters,
Jake
the
the Kiss has
naysayers.
gone through it. I was once told by a woman at an engineering school that I went to following my partner Tech around, and they had a radio division. I never even thought about doing radio, and I went. She said, well, what do you want to do? I'll go check out the radio department. And the woman told me after I kind of auditioned that I would never, ever do radio, and I don't have the voice for it. I should look for something else. Bria, I'm Hall of Fame now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Respect on that.
Yeah, but that was my fuel. Like, don't tell me what I'm not going to do.
The wildest.
Right?
Yeah.
What
The
in the
wildest, craziest thing this lady said to me.
Wow.
What was your fuel? How did you not let that break you? How did you not let that discourage you when you had so many people telling you you're not ready, your voice not ready, the music's not ready? I know what they say.
Yeah. They say a lot.
How did that not break? Did it break you? Did you have those moments where you was like, am I doing the right thing?
I had those moments where I felt like maybe I need to just fall back, and I came very close to it, like relatively recently, like the last couple of years. I was like, I probably need to just step back because things were just not aligning. But I think what kept me going was my faith, was my family's support, As well as, like I said, that's my dream. It's been my dream forever, guys. Like literally, I would study Aaliyah, I studied Janet, I studied Whitney. All these people, I looked up to them, and I was like, I gotta be like that one day. You know, so that drive, that music just never left me. I come from a musical background, a spiritual background as well. My great aunt was a powerhouse vocalist. She was on Broadway for many years. I have. So my grandfather was a manager for jazz artist Billy Eckstine.
Oh.
Wow. So much
blood.
Right, so much history there. And so it's like when you come from that, it inspires you to do just as great as what they did in your influences as well. So
Word.
Yeah.
And you have newer artists as well who have had quite the rocky road into becoming like their own solo artists. I'm thinking about Money Long, who we had on the show recently, who's written for so many artists, including Rihanna, and now we see her soaring as her own entity. Another one of my faves, Victoria Monet, who we know was behind the scenes for quite a long while, you know?
Yes.
So sometimes there's a difference between being a seed that blooms into a flower and being a seed that blooms into a tree. You know what I mean? And so that tree is going to require a lot more time, but it doesn't mean that you should stop watering.
Yeah, you have to just keep going because you just never know. And when Victoria won, I was cheering. I was like, oh my, finally.
Word.
You know, like,
I feel like y'all need to write together after what Tracy just said. That was very poetic right there.
you know what?
Right? It might be a thing there, Bria Cheri. Let me do another caller. Carlos, it's funny you brought up those inspirations. Carlos is North Carolina. Carlos, what you wanted to say?
Hey, Carlos.
Man, hey, man, peace, all, man. First of all, man, the song is refreshing. It's different, right? Like I'm glad you're not following the trend. You're creating one, right? But I ironically, you said Janet was one of your inspirations, and that's who I hear, right? It's just so much like Janet Jackson, which we haven't heard that sound in a minute, and that's why I say it's refreshing, man. I really appreciate your music. It's a breath of fresh air.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. So sweet. Thank you.
Wow.
No problem.
You got to see her blushing up here, Carlos. So you got to see this. Breathe.
I mean, that like I like the fact that she set high goals for herself. You know.
Yeah, man. It's real, man. Los, we appreciate you. Make sure you follow her, Bria Cheri, CHERI_.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a citizen, brother.
Wait a minute.
All right. What's next for you?
What's next? Ooh.
Because you can't stop now.
No, I'm still going. I got a show coming up at the end of this month. It's April 20. I'm gonna get the right date for that.
In New York?
Yes, it's gonna be downtown.
420?
No, not 420. It's April 27th. It's gonna be the new. The New York headliner is gonna be a fashion show, so I'm gonna be doing 2 shows that night. In Manhattan downtown, so that's coming up. I got a visual for the song. I'm working on that. Got a choreographer, so things are happening.
Nice.
And now you're here with us.
And now I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
The domino
yo.
effect. It's happening.
You ever have a national interview?
No.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. There you go. Hey, Bria, this was great. Congratulations. I'm glad we was able to make this come to fruition.
Yeah.
And we'll be asking for your presence soon. You know, we're gonna let you load up some of these nominations and get some more of this new music out. Okay. You know, and we're gonna end the interview with on to the next. Anything you want to say in closing?
I just want to say thank you, Sway. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you to giving me this opportunity to come on the show and showcase
Our pleasure.
that. Like, I really appreciate that. Thank you to. Yes. Thank you to everyone listening. Please go stream that song. On to the next. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now, at Bria Cheri _. I appreciate all the love and support.
There it is, man. Bria, have a great day.
Yeah.
I will. You too.
Okay, and your mom, Sharice.